Our mission is to pursue the glory of God by proclaiming the gospel of grace to all peoples in accordance with the infallible scriptures. We believe in developing disciples who live and work as incarnational missionaries that grow gospel-centered communities and embrace a cross-cultural movement for the sake of the kingdom.
It takes only a few minutes to discover the prevalence of drugs and poverty that plagues our community. We face a high rate of broken divorced families, alcoholism, and dark secrets like human trafficking. So how do we respond to the injustices that have so long corrupted our streets? The only answer is the cross of Jesus Christ. Some might say it's like planting a church out in the wild.
We have a lot of people here in this community, in this environment that are suffering.
So we have to be that incarnated grace.
It's serious. You know, people are starving, people are hungry, people are living in poverty.
One of the main reasons we're here in this community is to spread the gospel to all places.
This is why we're here. The gospel compelled me to move and to not only share the gospel but demonstrate it.
I really felt the burden and the call to move in, and as I started to walk in obedience, the Lord started to open doors for me to make that move. So this is my home now, Incarnated Grace in Northside Village.
When the gospel was preached and my value system was changed, now I live life through Jesus Christ.
Everything of who we are and what we do flows from the gospel. We remove the gospel, we become another social group, and that's not what we're trying to do. When we're going out into the community, we're not putting our faces out there, we're putting Christ out there.
Now, because of Christ, we've been reconciled. We're now a family.
Since the moment I've been in this church, I've never been in a church before. They treated me like family, and it really opened up my heart to know Christ and what He did for me.
Jesus is our aim, our goal, our all in all. It's all who we've come to proclaim and preach to this whole community.
I'm grateful that the Lord would choose a people like us.
When I read the Word, I'm seeing more of the connections with Christ that I never saw before.
The gospel was introduced to me, and it just brought such glorious beauty to my life that I had never been exposed to. So.
For the gospel, and for the sake of the gospel, for which is Jesus Christ.
The Word of God is what promotes and what drives our church. It drives our evangelism, it drives our discipleship, it drives our worship, it drives our preaching the gospel, it drives everything. The Word of God is a catalyst for what we do.
Everything we do, we are intentional about bringing the gospel of Jesus, that Jesus is who is made known, that Jesus is who is glorified. From the time that we go up there to worship, it's the centrality of everything we do. We're Christocentric from worship to communion, also in the fellowship, even afterwards when we're breaking bread together. Everything is centered around what Christ did in our behalf. Therefore, if you hear conversations around, we're talking about Jesus, we're talking about what Christ has did in our lives. And it is important that we celebrate that as a community of believers, because people are needing to hear the message of hope.
We'd like to always say amongst each other, Soli Deo Gloria.